want to play the good deck when they're coming to a high stakes tournament. But yeah, let's see what Painter puts up, huh?
Oh, it needs to be this one, right?
Okay, we're cutting.
There we are.
Oh, round 4.
Yep.
Yep. Sweet. Sweet. Okay.
Oh, I put on the wrong one again, didn't I? Right. Yes. It needs to be this one. Silly.
There you go. Okay, sweet. Rakdos Painter. So, what do we think? We'll certainly get into the deck list in a second, chat. I'm just wondering why someone would want to play Rakdos Painter as opposed to Mono Red.
Well, I guess we can take a look at his deck list and
yeah.
see why that is. See what black spells he's playing.
Yeah.
Chaos Defiler. I already see a black card in here.
Okay, that's one of the Warhammer 40k cards, I believe, right?
Yeah, so Chaos Defiler. It's a 5-mana, 3 black and a red demon construct with trample. When it enters the battlefield or dies, for each opponent choose an online permanent that they control.
Yeah.
Destroy one of them random.
That's a cool card.
In this format, destroy permanent.
Yep.
And it's an artifact. I'm guessing that might be the only black card. And it looks like there are no actual black sources. So it is just mono red painter.
Splashing the Chaos Defiler.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Chaos Defiler, which most of the time you're just going to Goblin Engineer that into play or Goblin Weld it into play.
Okay, because it's artifact creature. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Both these players are 3-0, which is a feat this early in the tournament, to be 3 rounds in and they're undefeated, which is pretty awesome. So good on them.
Yeah, we're going to look and see exactly how many people are undefeated right now.
Okay.
Let's see. Standings. As of round 3. There are 19 people currently undefeated.
Okay, wait a second. The Reanimator, it's technically 4-color, white, blue, black, green. So it's 4-color Reanimator. 4-color Reanimator? Gotcha, okay. Yeah,
Well, so it says 4-color Reanimator.
Is that just because of
but
Atraxa?
it's because of Atraxa.
It's Atraxa. Yeah. We're talking with one of the judges. It's because of Atraxa.
It's because of Atraxa.
So it's still Dimir Reanimator. It's just playing a 4-color Atraxa target. So, yeah.
Yeah, so on Melee, anytime you have a card that's a different color, it'll include that in the name of the title.
Okay.
It does a really good. You're able to pick the archetype. You're not really able to pick the color scheme. So you can choose Reanimator, but then it's automatically going to do white, blue, black, green,
which is why
because it has the Atraxa.
Dimir, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's naturally Dimir with an Atraxa in the deck.
Okay.
Just like this is mono red painter with a Chaos Defiler in it. So we're just going to call this
Mono red painter.
This is actually just mono red painter. So it looks like we've already had, looks like either a Pyroblast or Red Elemental Blast cast. We got a Lantern in play? Chromatic? It's hard to tell what that artifact is. We do have Mountain of the Saga, and that is an underground sea and an island.
Okay.
And it looks like we have a Tammy on the graveyard, and I imagine that was either destroyed or countered.
Cameo has entered the chat.
Yeah, we do have a resolved Tameo, and if we can find a brainstorm, we could be able to flip that Tameo.
They were making a clue.
Feels like there's a lot of just shuffle up and go. It feels maybe Clyde's just trying to figure out what his win cons are, trying to figure out what he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
Looking for a card with Urza Saga. Looks like he's considering Lava Birds. Currently has a Fable in his hand.
Okay. And props to those mountains. Those look like, I think, Mark Tadine signed in red ink.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, pretty nice. I've got a couple of Mark Tadine signed lands myself. One of my favorite artists for sure. Okay, is he grabbing? Is that a LED? No, it's
Looks like he's winning. Is he? Oh, he's grabbing a pithy needle.
Is
Maybe
he
named
on
the backside.
Yeah, okay. The backside of Tamiya, right? I think that's Pete Venter's pithy needle. There's some really nice pithy needle art. That's
Notably, he can't name Clue Token because that's not a card name.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, that was something I learned that the hard way once. The tokens aren't card names. So note to self, chat. Okay, this is Fable the Mirror Breaker, right?
Yep.
I love that card. Man, that's such a fun card. It's so cool. I run one in my Goblins deck, I believe. My Commander Goblins deck, my Krinko deck is fun.
Yeah, and I've also got a really cool Goblin Shaman token from Arcade Posts.
Okay, yeah. I might have an Arcade. I think I have an Arcade Post token for that. So, yeah. And is that I get
That's
Goblin Tinker
Engineer?
or Engineer? Okay. There's Tinker, there's Welder, there's Engineer. I get them all confused. So, I don't play Painter, but I know it's a good Goblin that does artifact shenanigans, right?
Yeah, this one's search your library for an artifact, throw it in the graveyard, and then you can swap an artifact that you have in play and one in your graveyard.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Now, the thing that's neat about the Shaman token, isn't it when it attacks, you make a treasure or something?
When you attack, make a treasure.
That is nuts. Especially in a very format, it's very mana greedy, like Legacy. It's just really, really cool. So. Okay, we got Painter in the graveyard. I see that Painter Servant.
So yeah, so all that's needed now is either Grindstone effect.
Okay. To go infinite and make all the card types a certain color, you just go.
Right.
Yeah. Painter's a niche deck. It's it's cool.
And we are already down to just 65 tables. We started off with 144 players, so there were 72 tables at the beginning. So we've already had a number of players drop from
some
the event.
O2 drops and stuff like that.
About 14 people have dropped so far.
Okay. We'll see how that shakes out as the day goes
That's
on.
a Phyrexian Dragon engine that just got put in the graveyard, which you can unearth that for 5 mana, or you can obviously swap it out with a Valder.
That's cool. Okay. Is that a Urza Brothers War card, I believe?
That is a Brothers War card.
Okay, yeah.
Now, what I would be interested to see if the Reanimator player, if he's also playing the Nihil Spellbomb in the main deck, and he is playing one copy of Nihil Spellbomb in his deck.
Okay.
So he does have some main board like gameplay against this, against the onboard shenanigans.
Is that a grindstone? I don't know what that dark artifact is that just named.
That looks like it could be a grindstone.
Okay. It's an interesting looking print.
It is a really interesting art.
Yeah. Is that a proxy? Is that why it looks so unique?
Alright, and then it might be a proxy.
Okay.
And then we got a Pyroblast on the...
Wow. I mean, just look at the
on the
board
team,
state
yeah.
that Clyde has. Holy schmoly, guys. He's
Feel-
got like 6 permanents.
Definitely feels like he brought this deck so he could be able to prey on the Dimir list.
Yeah, good on him. Okay. Is that a new Urza Saga? Okay.
It is a new saga, in which that means he has to sacrifice that City of Traders.
Oh, okay, because he played land. Yep. Okay, yep, that checks. Okay, we're
Looks like he's going to engineer
What was
Phyrexian Dragon Engine.
Boom. All right, chat. Let's see what happens. So when this thing gets reanimated, for lack of a better term, what does it do? Does it have ETB, or is it just a big fatty? Or
So it does have an enters a battlefield effect. I'm going to go ahead and take a look.
okay, we'll take a peek.
Alright, so Phyrexian Dragon Engine. It has double strike, and when it enters the battlefield from your graveyard, discard your hand, draw 3 cards.
Wow. Okay. It's kind of like that Bedlam Reveler. I don't know. I played that in Burn, like a 1 of or 2 of from time to time. It's a fun card, so I like that. Go big, go broke, red. Kind of fun.
And it's a 2/2 with double strike.
Oh, that's cool.
So even if you can't win through the customary Painter Serpent win,
I don't know how the Dimir Reanimator fans are feeling in chat right now. Looks like Clyde's got a pretty solid board state, so.
looks like we have a petty theft here.
Okay, we bouncing something?
I'm gonna guess it was on this Painter Serpent.
Okay. He's scared of the combo, I guess.
Well, if that's...
I assume that's Grindstone.
If he has Grindstone, I think he has it.
Oh, he just dropped Blast.
It's going to counter the blast.
Oh, he
That
countered
may have been a Lotus Petal.
Oh, okay.
Really weird copy of Lotus Petal. Unless that was a treasure token. That could have been a treasure token.
Interesting. I don't know what that drawing is. Is that what type of land?
That's an
that is?
Underground Sea.
Okay. I guess it is like a doodle at the Underground Sea. Okay.
We do have the joy of trying to figure out what these proxies are for you guys.
Yeah. Where Dimir Reanimator goes from here.
Does feel like that the Dimir Reanimator player is on the back foot. He has a Murktide Region in hand.
Pretty full grip.
And a Daze.
I see an Entomb in hand too. Ryan.
And the Archon in his hand. So that means only Atraxis is able to be searched out of his deck. I'm guessing he's playing 1-1. I'm going to look at his list and see if that's true. He has 1 Archon and 1 Atraxa.
I guess that's the refined list, but that still seems like so sparse
few.
on threats. Yeah, but I mean, that's interesting. All right, here comes Murktide. Delving away a whole bunch of spells, instants and sorceries, I imagine, make it real big.
See, 3 is going to be a 6/6.
Okay.
So it'll be able to effectively block that Phyrexian Dragon Engine.
Okay. Let's Days in hand.
We have a Reanimate.
Okay.
I'm guessing that's on Tameo. And that was a Soul Guide laner that was in play.
Okay. So I guess that's Kiki Jiki, whatever the backside of Fable Mirror Breaker.
Yeah, so it's non-legendary Kiki Jiki.
Yeah, okay. Which is still pretty sick. Because he can make another Dragon Engine token, right? And then he's going to do the draw 3 shenanigans, and you got to.
Well, he wouldn't be able to do it that way because Freshing Dragon Engine says if it's put into the play from the graveyard.
Oh, okay. So that won't work. Okay. What would he?
He could get another copy of Welder and then use the Welder activation immediately to grab Grindstone.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks like he has a natural copy of Welder anyway.
Yeah. So we still haven't used the Kiki Jiki backside yet.
We have
so.
not, but it has Summoning Sickness because it exiles a comeback. It doesn't naturally transform like.
Oh, does it still have Summoning Sickness if it flips like that?
Yeah, if you exile it and put it into play on the backside, it does. It does have Summoning
okay.
Sickness.
Okay.
So it looks like we're getting a. Is that an Ensnaring Bridge? I'm gonna guess it's probably Freshing Dragon Engine for Ensnaring Bridge.
E-Bridge.
Yep.
Yeah, I see the Stronghold watermark, right? It's a gate.
Yeah, and then next turn he'll have enough mana to be able to activate the Kiki Jiki for a Goblin Engineer, put a Grindstone in the graveyard, put the Grindstone into play,
Swap it.
and then activate the Grindstone.
Mill out.
Alright, let's see what he does with his Earth Slug. I imagine it's just float of mana. Probably doesn't care about a construct. Gets to search for a one mana spell.
And he,
Or
one mana
zero.
artifact, 1 or 0.
He just grabs Grindstone.
Yep. That's a nice expedition one, huh?
Yeah, that's a pretty.
Those look beautiful. I had an Expo Soul Ring I've traded out of years ago. Kind of regret it because it was such a killer looking Magic card. I traded it for dual land, so I wasn't too upset.
Alright, let's see if the Dimir player has announced this.
Okay. We are. Is that shield? What is that shield?
That's a bitter triumph on targeting Painter Servant.
Okay, and then we're just copying.
So now you just copy Painter Servant.
And then
Alright, that's it. Alright, Painter.
Enough. So Ryan saw enough, guys. We are. Clyde is 1-0 on this round 4. We're going to update some of the text to capture that Clyde just took down that first game, and then we'll take a peek at the sideboards and see what we're doing. I don't know how well Dimir Reanimator, like a stock list, is prepared for Painter Servant.
So out of the sideboard, so he has a couple of Fatal Push. He has 2 Null Rods.
The Null Rods are huge. Okay, yeah, that's.
He also has Engineered Explosives.
Okay.
An Inquisition to Kozilek, although taking cards out of hands isn't necessarily going to be the way that you win against them. But he has another Petty Theft and a Bitter Triumph. So you might bring in just more removal and not care about the counter spells, because the counter spells aren't really going to help you in this match.
Yeah, because they're just going to take it back out of the graveyard. He's going to use one of his engineers to get it. But I guess the Null Rod's a pretty big deal, right?
Right. And then let's take a look and see what the Painter person, what Clyde has in his sideboard.
He's already main decking some blasts because he's already playing Painter.
Yeah, he already has 4 main board Pyroblast.
Yeah.
In the sideboard, he has 4 Leyline of the Void, 3 Magus of the Moon. He has a couple Lightning Bolts. I don't think that's going to be here. I don't think he's bringing in his Pyrokinesis. Let's see, what is this? So he has untimely malfunction. So this is an interesting card out of Dustmore. So you can either destroy an artifact, change the target of target spell or ability with another target, so you can redirect a destroy effect.
Okay.
Or one or two target creatures can't block the turn. I imagine it could be used for the redirect effect. But that's if he wants to bring that in.
Okay.
He also has a Grafdigger's Cage and a Helm of Obedience. Which Helm of Obedience also works if with the Painter Servant. Which, if you have Leyline of the Void and Helm of Obedience, which he's bringing in Leyline of the Voids, I imagine, you can see that he already has 6 cards put to the side. If I was to guess what those 6 cards would be, it would be 4 Leyline of the Void, Grafdigger's Cage, and Helm of Obedience.
Okay, so question to you about that. I play ley lines in sideboards, a couple of my decks. I have a play set of ley lines in my goblins, Rakdos Goblin sideboard. Cheers to all the Goblins fans out there. How aggressively should Clyde mulligan to find a ley line? You know, like,
So it
how low is
depends
he
on
going?
what cards he has in hand. So if
Okay.
if he still has like just natural kill with like Painter Servant in his hand,
Then just keep it. Yeah,
just keep
yeah,
that.
Okay.
But I would probably guess at least 6. I don't know if you're supposed to go as low as 5 against a Dimir player.
Yeah.
But I would guess probably 6,
Maybe
unless
like-
your 7 is just really, really good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, here we go to sideboard, trying to resolve these mulligans. Ryan's going to be on the play here. And we're going to see if Clyde, if he mulligans aggressively for a Leyline of the Void, or if he's just going to be satisfied with any hand that he sees. Looks like they both kept 7, and Clyde did not keep a Leyline hand. So he did not mulligan aggressively. So this must be a really, really solid 7 for him to keep that.
Okay. He's already got a win, so I mean.
Is that a turn with Painter Servant? That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Looks like we have a brainstorm. Flip this Tomeo. Now there could be the possibility that Clyde didn't bring in Leyline of the Wood and Helm of Obedience at all.
Okay.
Because Ryan is playing petty theft.
It would just bounce back to his hands a dead card.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
So there's a chance that he may not have brought that in, and I would be interested to see what other cards he brings in if he didn't bring in Leyline. Well, I can definitely see why he kept the hand. He had double welder, it was like triple painter servant.
Is that a welder? Yep. Those are some good looking foils Clyde has.
Yeah, deck looks great.
Yeah. Daisy. So how do you feel about days in the format? Are you a fan? You think it's a good check and balance? It's a fair Magic card. There's a lot of,
I think it's fine. I'm okay with days being in the format because it makes it to where you get set back a turn, quote unquote, in the early game.
It does, yeah.
And I think it's fine.
I think it's also a very skill-intensive card because, like, you
Because
need
it
to know
forces
when.
you to, it forces you to play
think.
around it. Yeah,
Yeah, it forces you to think.
Yeah,
you know?
it forces you to accept that you're okay with your spell being
Yes.
dazed.
Yeah. Am I going to pay for this, loss in tempo to stop this spell or possibly? Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fine. I like the play patterns of it, and I think that what it demands of the player, I think is really neat. So.
I agree. So we have Painter number 3 on the stack.
Wow.
It looks like it resolves.
Okay.
We do have a Tamio that's on 6 right now, going up to 8.
Oh, so she's about ready to ultimate. If she's able to stick around and not get knocked down a peg or two. Okay, Thought Seize. Ooh. Okay. So Clyde has just one mountain in hand. Now we're sticking, I don't know what that is. I guess, I don't know what that was. Brainstorm, I guess? I think that was a Mark Poole brainstorm that resolved. I don't know what, yeah.
Alright, well, we have another Tamio ultimate on camera going off.
Just counting all the cards that you see to know how many cards he has in his deck, and
That way he knows how many he gets to draw.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is a good feeling. Everyone likes drawing cards, especially when it's 25 to 30.
Exactly. right, looks like we're going to game 3 here.
Okay. So Dimir did bring it home. Okay.
Cameo Ultimate was enough.
Yeah.
One would hope that drawing half your deck would be enough. I have heard a story already today that a different painter player, was able to win through a Cameo Ultimate. It would have been interesting to see Clyde be able to do that himself, but we'll see what he's able to do for game 3. He gets to be on the play.
Embarrassingly, once I ultimated Tamio and I died a turn or 2 later. So I'm being full disclosure. We're in the trust tree chat. Did not feel good. So I felt really stupid, but it's all good. I still love the card. It's a lot of fun. So.
It looks like the other match is already over, so we will just be watching this match.
Okay. Yeah, let me see how deep in the round we are. I got to turn around chat. Give me a second. We have 15 minutes left in the round.
And they have a few minutes of time extension, so this match will be about 18 minutes.
Oh yeah, because I guess the additional time for them to relocate and set up. So while players are shuffling, Caden, are there any specific secret layer cards that you like that are new cards or custom treatments or anything that you're really a fan of?
One card in particular that I wouldn't mind having a play set of myself that I have yet to do so would be the SpongeBob counterspell.
Okay, I like that. Yeah, the meme one.
Yeah,
that's fun. Yeah.
Especially the one with the actual words.
Because like some of them spell, like it's
they spell out counter.
They spell it out like with uppercase, lowercase, and apparently that is like one of the unknown cards you get. So not every secret layer gets that one, right? That's the harder to find.
It's a harder to find one.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, that one is slick. I want Gary. I'm not a huge SpongeBob fan, but my name is Gary, so I want the Gary the snail. That's the Toxrill, whatever, which is kind of cool. I wanted to pick one of those up. What's funny about secret layer cards is some of them are not super expensive. Like I picked up in trade a Deadly Rollick. It's one of the Deadpool ones in foil. It's really great.
Yeah.
So like when I know they're hard to get initially, but sometimes there's just so many of them. You know, like you can find someone for a decent deal. You know, so. Yeah.
Yeah, some of the secret layers definitely are on the cheaper side, especially like if you're looking to just buy the singles out of the cards.
Yes.
Which I'm always a fan of just buying singles. I never really ever buy sealed product.
Okay.
I think Final Fantasy was the first time I bought a collector booster pack in a long time.
What'd you crack?
And that's just because I wanted to find the store that I was at.
Okay.
They were very generous with selling at MSRP.
Wow.
So they were still selling at the $40 price tag. While
That's-
everybody else was selling at a minimum 70, 80 at opening. And this was on pre-release weekend.
Okay, yeah.
And then, of course, prices are now $100 plus.
Yeah.
I pulled like a Kefka, I think. I think that was the most expensive card that I got out of it. So I didn't get anything exciting, but it was still really cool. I really don't usually buy packs. Any sealed product I do get is either through like drafts or packs that I win from events.
Yeah. Okay. I'm the same way. I'd buy probably the equivalent of like maybe 2 boxes a year, like a box a year, and then packs are here or there. You know, I usually buy singles. I try to buy singles from LGSs. So shout out to all those LGS fans out there. Again, support your local game store. You're not playing, Magic at Target or Walmart. So I try to buy from LGSs. Game HQ where we're at right now, really good suite of cards. They usually have a lot of different cards, really good displays. So I try to buy local when I can. Certainly Game HQ when able. So.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of always supporting local stores. I almost try to avoid buying online in general. And if I could buy from a local store, I will.
Yeah.
And I'm not shy about like buying from a particular store. I'll go to Game HQ first, usually because they have a very large inventory.
Yeah.
And usually I can call them or just email them a list or just give them a list in person.
Yeah.
And they're really good about even having random commons and uncommons that a lot of stores don't bother to store their inventory because they do have a large store and they can afford the storage space. And then whenever they don't have it, I'll venture off to other stores and try and see what else everyone else has. But I always love giving Game HQ a try first. And then there's a couple other local stores. There's a store down in Sulphur. It's called Decks and Dice. I'm a really big fan of it. They just have new owners take over. So we're going to see how those new owners turn out. But Oklahoma, there's such a nice Magic scene, such a nice. There's a nice amount of stores, and there's always somewhere to go and check out.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, to my knowledge, this is the largest Magic event a year in Oklahoma. Like stadium
in Oklahoma,
absolutely.
This is,
the Landrun is where it's at. We have folks that literally fly in from all over the U.S. to participate in this event again because the high stakes. Again, you're going to see good players, really beautiful decks.
Probably since the 2010s was the last time that we had a really, really large event outside of the Land Run.
Okay.
Like 15, 16, 17 time, whenever Oklahoma was still getting GPs.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
And we were getting those in the Cox Center.
Yeah.
But ever since then, we haven't had like very many big events.
Yeah.
And ever since 2020, we've had this Oklahoma Land Run, and then this year we really busted the numbers. 144 players for Legacy.
That's awesome.
So it does look like we have another land
Grindstone, and what is that?
It's a lantern. It's the Soul Guide lantern.
Soul Guide lantern. Okay. I really like those like old-looking retro treatments on those Brothers War cards.
Yeah, that's a Brothers War
Some of those look sick. Oh my gosh, they're really, really cool. Huge fan of old cards. So when people do throwbacks, and it's good custom art, not always just digital art. It's just
Looks like we already have a transformed Tamio.
Golly, this is okay.
And that's from
Clyde's got to do something about Tamio, otherwise he's gonna
lose to it again.
He's gonna lose to it. He's gonna. Ryan's gonna draw 30 cards.
Looks like we have 3 mana.
Okay. What is? I don't.
Magus of the Moon.
Oh. There we go. Proxies allowed. Yeah, that is correct. Yep, proxies are allowed. Not counterfeits, but proxies.
For reserved list.
For reserved list cards are allowed. So you can see a lot of the dual lands are being proxied. You can see people doodling in some art and writing down Underground Sea.
Yeah. If it's not reserved list, you do have to have the real card. But if it's proxied, you're allowed to have. It can't do like any papers or anything like that. You can't make the size of the card or size of the sleeve any bigger. You can't like make the thickness anymore. It has to be like a write-on card or a card that was printed with the same amount of thickness that Magic cards are done with.
Yes. Again, we were playing at Comp REL, folks, so it's competitive rules enforcement level. So again, we want to make sure that we have that top level of assurance and professionalism from the players. So.
Yeah, so deck lists were obviously required for this event, and that's how we've been able to access the players' deck list and being able to see what they have in sideboards, discuss what options they have available to them. And it's usually sometimes like there'll be 1-off or 2-off cards that we'll miss, and the players will surprise us with it. But at least we're able to see what's coming, so to speak. We do have a Tamio that's an 8 loyalty. Unless Clyde's able to piece something together here, he does have a Painter Servant in the graveyard now.
Okay. But can he do Tamio with the Shaman?
He can.
But he could?
Oh,
is that past tense? Is that it?
Clyde said he's done with it, so Dimir gets the win.
So Dimir gets it. Okay. Tamio is a house. She's a powerhouse.
And that's back-to-back Tamio Ultimates for the win. And that just means Clyde Painter goes down to Dimir Reanimator. And I think that's the first time seeing Reanimator take a win here. We've seen Tempo win.
Some Tempo.
But Reanimator has lost on camera. But we'll be back for round 5 right now. We had like 19 players undefeated going into this round, so they should be about 10 or 9 players undefeated next round. And we'll keep it in the undefeated bracket. And then probably after the round after that, we'll start extending out to the X1s to give more people a chance for a feature for
Okay.
coverage.
Awesome.
But we'll see y'all at round 5.
Appreciate it, Chad. See you soon.